river, and when they were halfway across, they were pounced upon by the full force of parliamentarians from Farnham Castle. It was a complete disaster. In the darkness, the parliamentarian horse routed the royalist horse, which numbered about 80 or so, and drove them off. The Marquis, waiting on his top of his castle, waiting for a sign of his troops coming back with all this plunder, waiting to see Odeon burning. You could have probably seen it if he was successful from here. The flames lighting up the sky overnight. All he could see, all he could hear, was the sound of his own forces coming back. The horse got back. The foot, unfortunately, some 150 odd, did not. They were surrounded, and many of them were captured or killed, and only one or two got back. And I think some of you have already seen the scenes down at the barn as the parliamentarians drove back the royalists, straggling back into the house under what was left of the cover of darkness of that dramatic evening for the garrison. And this evening ended in a new peril for the Marquis. It weakened his garrison by about half, so he had left less than 250 men to defend a castle with a circumference of 1¼ miles. Following up on the attack, the parliamentarians were not very slow at coming back at the castle. And they knew they'd weakened it, and they hoped very much that the Parliament, that the royalists would capitulate, that they could ride up here. And Colonel Norton brought his Hampshire Roundheads to the castle, which you can see. Very short. Food for the horses is almost non-existent. They're having to rely on raids out of the house to get past the parliamentarian scouts, maybe to seize some of their equipment and some of their provisions that they brought up from the various sort of southern parliamentarian whole territory, and maybe to break out beyond that and bring in some supplies from the local countryside. The parliamentarians' job now is to stop this, to come down on the house, to seal it off. And Norton took the decision not to try and storm it like his predecessor Waller had tried, but to try and starve out the garrison. Will be shared over this piece of land.
It's verily, indeed, a tragedy that our England should be so divided by the sword. Brother, it's that brother. Either turns upon the and friends fall out. This England, no place of tragedy, and the only hopes that we go not like Albany or Germany in your parlance.
Well, the parliamentarians decide to pull back all together, to flee to the safety of the fort that they've built within the park of Basing House, and let the royalists take the day, take the field.
And the garrison can come and join them and overwhelm, even still that the force they're overwhelming is actually stronger. So there's got to be, what's the problem? Well, half the problem, I think, is that you've got a Southern Association which is armed people who are